Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons, and welcome back to the channel that takes power gaming to the next level. Today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are talking about the spell FORCECAGE. We are giving this spell an S. It is an S for the DM to use on the players. It is an S for the players to use on enemy creatures. I won't say on the DM. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, FORCECAGE. It is a S-level spell. It is a 7th level spell usable by Bards, Warlocks, and Wizards. I'm not really sure why this spell is not usable by Sorcerers. Why they chose Bards and not Bards and Sorcerers. Sometimes I don't understand the decision-making process, but it is what it is. It takes one action, has a range of 100 feet. It is a verbal, somatic, and material component, and the material component is ruby dust worth 1,500 gold pieces, which does not go away with the spell. So if it is going to be consumed, it will say right there in those parentheses, consumed by the spell. It doesn't say that. Most of the spells that use some kind of gem dust consume the gem dust. This one does not. So you just have a pouch that has ruby dust, and you can use the pouch with ruby dust over and over and over again. It has a duration of 1 hour with no concentration. Oh my god, I can't believe this spell has no concentration, but it has no concentration. And there really isn't a saving throw. We're going to get into that. So, and immobile, and that's important. It is immobile, which means it does not move, and which also means that you can trap creatures that are flying in it. An immobile, invisible, cubed-shaped prison composed of magical force springs into existence around an area you choose within range. The prison can be a cage or solid box, as you choose, and we're going to talk about that. A prison in the shape of a cage can be up to 20 feet on a side and is made from 1-inch diameter bars spaced 1 inch apart. 1 inch apart is not very big. That's about 1.25 centimeters. That's not very big. So there's not a lot of space there. There is space, just not a lot of space. A prison in the shape of a box can be up to 10 feet on a side, creating a solid barrier that prevents any matter from passing through it and blocking any spells cast into or out of the area. Okay, so if you've got a large creature or less, you can put them in the box. If you've got a huge creature, really it's I think it's a gargantuan creature or less, then they will fit into the cage. So a huge creature is a 3x3, and I believe a gargantuan creature is a 4x4. Colossal, I think, is 5x5. But if I'm wrong about that, put that down in the comments. But I know that a huge creature is 15 feet on a side, which will fit in the cage. When you cast this spell, any creature that is completely inside the cage's area is trapped. Creatures only partially within the area or those too large to fit inside the area are pushed away from the center of the area until they are completely outside. So if you cast the box on a huge creature, it will not fit in and it will be outside the box. Okay? Note, there is no saving throw. So this spell is not concentration, and this spell does not have a saving throw to trap something in it. The last little bit is a creature inside the cage cannot leave by any non-magical means. They can't fly through it, if it has a teleportation ability that is non-magical, it cannot, which I wouldn't understand how that is, but it won't be able to use it. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to leave the cage, it must first make a charisma saving throw, one of our favorite saving throws. On a success, the creature can use that magic to exit the cage. On a failure, the creature cannot exit the cage and waste the use of the spell or effect. So it's blocked. It's so blocked. First off, it's trapped instantly. There's no concentration for this spell, and it has to make a really difficult saving throw because you're 13th level when you're casting this spell, which means that DC should be about a 19 or more. So the cage also extends into the ethereal plane, blocking ethereal travel. again, they can't get out of it that way either. So that's another great thing. And the last, I can't believe how powerful this spell is. And it just goes to show how different writers write things, and they didn't really like balance one spell versus another. The spell cannot be dispelled by Dispel Magic. You cannot dispel it. That is amazing. Now, it doesn't say that you can't counter this spell. So counterspell could be used to counter this spell when it is cast, but Dispel Magic will not work. All right, so we got Bards, we got Warlocks, and Wizards. Who's going to be cast in this? So one thing I do want to point out about the Prison. The Prison is actually one of my favorite options because you can drop the Prison and you can then cast stuff or limited attacks on things that are in it because there is a space here. So in the player's handbook, I would say that something that is in the cage doesn't have total cover because there are spaces to hit it. You could magic missile something inside the cage. You could not magic missile something inside the box. So I would say that it has 3/4 cover. The target has 3/4 cover. So it's got a +5 to AC and a +5 to Dex saving throws. Might be a portcullis, a arrow slit, or a thick tree trunk. So it's something, I would say the force cage, in my opinion, is 3/4 cover. So it is going to give quite a bit of bonus. But there is spaces in between each of the bars, so you could drop things like Incendiary Cloud, Cloud Kill, one of my other spells, which we're going to talk about, like Nather's Mischief. So you fill a 20-foot cube you can see within range with Fey and Draconic magic. There's nothing in here that says you can't cast a spell in this space because this is just a cage. This one says there's no spells. This one doesn't say anything about that. So you can drop Nather's Mischief and you roll on the Mischief table at the start of each of your turns, and whatever's in there is trapped, and Nather's Mischief doesn't move away. So they could be incapacitated. Can't take actions, reactions. They could be blinded. They could be charmed. All kinds of nasty, nasty stuff. So who do we like for the Bards? We like the College of Eloquence Bards, of course. There they are. And we like Unsettling Words because if they try and get out, we can give them a negative to their saving throw. We like Wizard, the School of Divination Wizard. There it is. Portent. Again, if they try to get out, we can give them a failing saving throw. So, and of course, think about what kinds of spells that you could drop on that. And because this is not a concentration spell, there are all kinds of spells that you could drop on this creature to make its life completely and utterly miserable. Cloud Kill is another one. Now, the only thing I don't like about Cloud Kill is it will move. That is a biggie. But, I mean, it's a cloud, and the gas can get in between the bars, and it is a con save. That is kind of one of the bad things. But it's going to take poison damage when it enters for the first time or starts its turn there. So it's going to continue to take... Now, poison damage isn't the greatest thing in the world. There are a lot of other spells just like this one. This is just an example of one that you can drop on here. I would say that people can use ranged attacks on it. I would say that you could probably stab it with a sword or slash at it through the bars. You have to kind of get into this. If it's got 3/4 covered, then the mechanic is it's just got +5 to save. All right, that is what I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.